Very warm welcome to Satsang this evening. So, Guru Shri Mooji Baba ki Jai. To be is very simple. Simpler than simple. You just are. Nobody is taking any effort to be. And to not be is impossible. You couldn't do it if you tried. So this being is your divine presence already. Is the existence of consciousness, is the existence of the greatest being ever. You don't have to hold on to it because actually you can never let go of it. And already most naturally you know this. I exist. I am. Because if this was, you were unaware of this, then even a simple thing like I am sitting, you would not be able to say. I am here, you would not be able to say. It is as simple as that. Before you can see what this body is doing, you experience your own presence, which is unlimited by any body sensation. So if I was to say, you are not sitting. You are not sitting. You say, but I am. If you are not sitting, but I am. It can sound very simple what I'm saying. But what you're being pointed to is this I am, which is independent of any position of the body. Sitting, standing, lying down. You just are. Effortlessly you exist. So all that has happened is that this what is playing as if it is making a mistake about what it is. This that you are is playing as if it is misidentifying itself to be a limited entity. The truth is just here, effortlessly. To play with this identity takes energy. To play with identity takes energy, and therefore that is effort. To rest naturally, you don't have to expend any energy. To pick up notions about yourself, to pick up concepts about yourself, takes effort. And we are tired of this effort. I don't know about you, but I am tired. If you were to tell me, if you were to take the effort for 24 hours to believe all these notions about yourself which the mind is offering up, and I will give you a full expense paid vacation in Hawaii, I would not take it. It just sounds like too much work. Not take it anymore. Exactly. And yet I do remember that there is a time even when this is known, it can feel like the effort is to let go of my concepts. It can seem like that was effort because the power of the habit, the seeming gravitation force of the mind seems so attractive that too we just the observer of it and not get caught up with my belief in what was showing up. That seemed like more effort. Bhagwan had this very beautiful example where he said that initially it can feel like it is effort to keep this heavy bag down. We've been carrying it, and that has become so much of our habit that it can seem like I have to make an effort to keep the bag down. But it is actually to carry this burden of limitation, which has been the effort. And how can you see this? You can only see this now. Naturally, in this moment, you are empty of all notions about yourself. Effortlessly, this is here. You don't have to do anything to create this. Your total existence, the most enlightened being, is what you already are right now. In fact, you are the light of this entire universe. Most naturally, already, here and now. And if you don't say but, then I don't have anything else to say. But if you say but, I think something more has to happen. But I heard that I will have some halo around my head. Or but what about yesterday when I got angry with my partner? But what about these feelings of constriction? Why didn't they go? But what about my doubts about this path, about the teacher, about my own self? What about all of this? Nothing, because it is already gone. And soon you will start to see that it is in the picking up of all of this again and again that is taking up all our energy, that is making us tired. God being God is not tired. God pretending to be a tired person is the play. One Sangha member just recently, she said, maybe Father has given up on us. Just half jokingly, she said, maybe Father has given up on us. So that's why he's not trying to take us to the complete truth now. He's just saying that you are enough as you. But this is not true. I have always just been saying this in different ways. That what is here and now is the greatest being ever, beyond time and space, beyond any objective appearances. You're here in Satsang to meet yourself. You can have many, many, many places all over the world where you can meet many different things, different people, different objects, different situations, different events, different experiences. But satsang is where you come to meet yourself. And actually, anywhere that you meet yourself is satsang. But so auspicious is this meeting that the idea of meeting itself dissolves. So if you feel like something has to be done, then my advice is just meet yourself without judgment, without expectation, without interpretation. You are meeting God. And because this is the meeting that Buddha had, and Buddha disappeared, this is the meeting that Jesus had, and Jesus disappeared. That is why it is this very divine presence now that we can call Buddha or Jesus. As you meet yourself, the idea of you disappears. So you will not become an enlightened person, but you will come to see that what exists is only the enlightened being. This is your effortless and timeless truth. And such is the power of this meeting that after this meeting you will see that there is nothing else to meet but myself. That's why I say that wherever you may wander, you will only find yourself. Sometimes you will say, but I know there is something missing. No, there is. No, you don't. You don't know. You just think you know. But I know it can't be this. No, you don't. But it can't be that simple. I know this can't be so simple. No, you don't. Don't know anything at all. And if you see that you don't know, really, then you will be open to the recognition that your recognition, this discovery that you're making now, is exactly what all the sages have spoken about. If you leave all the stories of the metaphysical things and the halos and the siddhis, you keep it aside, you will find that the recognition is always the same. You will only recognize that which you have always been. And those who now want this truth for truth's sake alone, will find this so easy. But those who still feel that the discovery that I am the ocean should still mean something for this coconut body, will still seem to play with the journey, play with the struggle. When you look, you find that you are there or no? Huh? You're there. This you is God. And the one that is looking is God. Is there room for me here? It has room for all things to appear, but there is nothing separate from God. So all that can appear and disappear is in the light of God, on the screen of God. A few months ago, I used to say that whenever you make a report about yourself, just replace I with God. And those who have some conditioning around God can say consciousness. Who has a report? Yeah. But when will I see this? Replace that with, but when will God see this? I'm not getting it. God is not getting it. These are not just word games. They can sound like just word play or some funny exercise.
I'm not holding them.
God is not worthy. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar said, if God is what you want, why are you even open to the possibility of anything else? Yeah.
I can touch down. Just when I check, I am able to see that I am not there. As an individual, as a person, I am not there. And in the same way as the whole universe is appearing, its body also.
Very good.
That is it.
What about the one who is checking?
I am not there, so the same one is checking.
Which one? So there's a individual I which is not there,
Yes.
and yet one is able to check this. This one is which one?
It's also an appearance, as any other appearance.
The one that is checking is also an appearance. So what is this appearance appearing to?
There's a knowing of it.
Yes.
I know all of this.
You know all of this. So the knowingness is you or no?
Not exactly a question per se.
Yeah.
I just still try to
Is it? Is it?
say it.
This is what I mean. No matter what the content is, what the appearance is, without you, can there be an appearance? Can you have the experience of an appearance unless you are there?
Sometimes this is very peaceful, sometimes it's very normal.
And that doesn't matter, ultimately. How much traffic is there on the road doesn't matter unless you have the idea that you have to cross it. Isn't it? If you're not trying to become anything or trying to get anywhere, the road can be full of traffic or it can be completely quiet. You are just on one side. The way to find trouble is, if I were to say, you have to transcend all the noise and come to the peace. That is the way to trouble. But you don't have to transcend anything. That is transcending. To see that I'm on the right side of the road already is transcending the wrong side.
You ordered my case? Who ordered my case? It's just my guitar case.
You got it. So to transcend something, as it is shared in Satsang here, only means to see that you were never caught up in that anyway. So to transcend the mind, you just see that there's nothing to you. It cannot hurt you. Just a series of sensations, energy constructs coming and going. So ephemeral. So ephemeral is this mind that to you it is just another silhouette, like a shadow, which is just there for a blink of a second. Where is the mind now? Already gone. And yet it will come back. And still already gone. Already gone is more natural. You will need at least one tiny moment in time to refer to a thought compared to the neutrality which is already present here and now. So it is the neutrality which is timeless. And these notions about yourself which are in time. The simplest discovery that you can ever make about yourself is also the most valuable. Unlike the rules of this world, where the fruits are usually in proportion to the effort needed. More effort, sweeter fruit, usually in this world. The great thing about this discovery is that it is the most effortless and it is sweeter than the most sweet. What is the simplest discovery you can make about yourself? Most effortless recognition. Much more than hidden in plain sight. You have been seeking the self. I've been saying these days, how many steps do you need to walk to sit exactly where you're sitting now? That is nothing, effortless. To sit where I'm sitting now is effortless. To be who you are now, effortless. More than that is to recognize that this I am, nothing at all. You see, so truth for truth's sake means we take away all notions of what this should mean now. Okay? I see, it's so simple, it's so natural, I'm here. So then, what should happen now? Should I start sharing Satsang? what is going to happen, are my relationship going to get better, are my parents going to like me more, am I going to have more money in the account, are people going to recognize this, what has happened here. So suppose that none of it had to happen. We have someone here who's a voiceover artist. So I asked her which ad. So she said, I've done L'Oreal. And what is the line, tagline? Because I'm worth it. So why come to this self-recognition? Because you're worth it. Not for any other reason. It's just because you are worth it for yourself. Nothing else is worth anything compared to this. Yes, and mostly we will also come to this recognition where Shivani is saying, Father, in general, most things have gotten better. But the thing is, if I say that to you, that things will get better, then you keep waiting for that expectation to happen. And that itself becomes, like yesterday I was saying, the little finger that blocks our vision from the truth. The expectation, the interpretation, what this should mean itself can seem like, in the play, of course, nothing can really block you because there is nowhere to go. But it can play as if this blurs our recognition of the truth. Is there any good reason for not knowing who you are? Because people say very often, what is the point of the inquiry? Why should I inquire? What will I get? But is there a good reason to not know? We have so much information about so many trivial things. Who is this? Where does this come from? Which kind of fruit is this? Which country does this come from? Where was it made? Is this Indian or Japanese? We want to know all of this. And then you say, why? Oh, no reason. I want to know, I'm curious. Isn't it worthwhile for us to know who you are? Because everything else is in relation to you. My world, my family, my children, my relationships, my money, my freedom. What if you could just, for all of these things to become clear, you just have to clarify the my part. The me part. Who is the me? There's this old Indian saying by the great Saint Kabir. Fish is thirsting for water. I can do nothing but laugh. But why does it happen? Unless the fish believes that it is a cat in some barren desert looking for water. Then it cannot play with this game of thirsting for water. So this is what is being clarified to you in Satsang. What you really are. You're not the cat in some barren desert looking for water. Not even the fish, actually. You are the water itself thirsting for water. And when I say let go of the cat feelings, let go of the cat thoughts, and see that you are the water itself. There is nothing to thirst for. Many respond to me saying, but that is spiritual bypassing. How can you say, let go of the cat feelings? But you are not the cat. You don't have to deal with any of this. You're the king who has somehow believed that he is the beggar. And has feelings of lack, has feelings of misfortune. What better gift? What better gift can I give you than to show you that you are the king? So in fact, we are not bypassing anything. We are accepting all things as they are. But we are looking deeper at our reality. But I know that sometimes even to say deeper can seem confusing. Am I looking deep enough? So forget about deeper also. Just meet yourself. And the but still strong. Bring it to your heart, bring it to your intuition, and surrender it there. Or inquire into its validity. You don't have to replace one belief with another belief. Replace all your beliefs with your intuitive insights about yourself. Replace all that you think about yourself with what you're discovering about yourself in this most auspicious meeting. Can you show me how you could pose as something limited without the mask of a notion, without a concept? Yeah? You see that to pose as something limited, you have to have an idea about yourself, of what exists. It's just all there is, most naturally. Is your natural existence something which is limited? Do you have a boundary? If you don't even have the notion body, or world, or mind, because all of these are just notions as well. Just a set of sensations which they appear, and we have taken a collection of them and said, this is body, taken another set of sensations, called it world, another set of energy constructs, called it mind. But all sensations, all perceptions, just appearances appearing and disappearing. What contains you? Where is your start and end? Without the presumed I, without the presumed me, what do you want? Freedom is not a state. Seeing that your being is completely free to enjoy whatever the state might be right now is freedom. It is not hankering for a particular set of experiences. Oh, mind should completely stop, body should be free from pain, my partner should be free from conflict, these kind of ideas. How free does any of that sound? You see, if it has to be just a certain way, it doesn't sound like freedom at all. It sounds like it's stuck in a box. And the box is all these ideas we have about freedom. To see that your being is spacious enough to allow all things to come and go. The recognition of your neutrality, irrespective of the quality of appearances, is freedom. And therefore, your bondage is just a mask, just an idea. You can never be bound. Your presence itself is the presence of God. You see? So, to bind you, you need something greater than God. And there is no such thing. What can appear in this world that can bind your presence, your existence, and make it limited? That's why Guruji says, there is nothing greater than the holiness of your being.
It's holiness mean? It's like in that context, what does holiness mean?
Just this. That which is worth our reverence because of its very existence. That which is so immaculate, so beyond being affected, touched by any other appearance. The holiness deserves our reverence. And in that way, it is holy. It's that which is the all-encompassing. And as long as there is a sense that I am an object in this world, for all objects in the world, it is the formless God, the deity of the waking state. In the light of which all appearances So if there's a question or two from, especially those, I see some who are new to Satsang. So let's give some clarity to those. I can look at those and then we can close for the day. No questions? It's clear. God is here. Nothing to worry. All is good. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Guru Shri Mooji Baba ki
Jai. Sadguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.